Well, good morning. I just thought I'd pop on here and give a little nugget of salt and something. Anyways, it's Monday morning, kind of a happy sad. It's we got a little bit of a snow, so I'm waiting for his text to tell me he got at the office. Been together for going on 2 weeks. It's kind of weird not having him around this morning. Actually, it's kind of weird me not tiptoeing and trying to be secretive so I can let him sleep because I'm such an early riser. But anyways, what I wanted to do is kind of share a few things. Anybody that has had a recent diagnosis of diabetes, type 1 or type 2, or is living with diabetes, I believe that we need to share. It's amazing. Let's check my water. It is amazing how many diabetics. Not yet. I should have bought the one with the whistler. I thought it was a whistler. Anyways, squirrel. Anyways, that don't know how to do their carbs or how to manage their blood sugar properly, because I don't know if they just don't grasp it, because there is a lot to take in, and when your sugar is off, you can't think straight. But even when your sugar is on, it's amazing how some insurance companies or some doctors, they'll go to a regular doctor and not an endocrinologist. If you've got diabetes, you have to be at a specialist. But I feel so bad for people that don't have the insurance ability to do that, or they go with their family doctor, they're scared, they're upset, and the family doctor just isn't professional enough to say, look, you're not going to go with a scratchy throat to a gynecologist. Ew. No, you have a major terminal disease. You need to go to a specialist. Anyways, that's enough rant about insurance and incompetent doctors. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of pop on here and show you kind of what we do. This is our snack drawer. And my husband being type 1 diabetic, he is juvenile diabetic, adult onset. So he has type 1. So he has absolutely no pancreas function. It wasn't that he was ever overweight or wasn't a healthy person. It's a genetic predisposition in his GM. So I keep a close eye on my sons because they have a higher probability for diabetes, 30% higher than the average American, which we're all pretty high as it is because of our lifestyle. But anyways, enough of that preaching. What I do is you have to pick your battles. You can't live on leaves and twigs and stuff like that, especially if you don't enjoy it. So what we do is he gets to pick something every week or every week and a half, whichever it might be, of his snacks. Now at nighttime, you have to carb up a little bit. Not excessive, but you have to carb up a little bit so that when you sleep, you keep an even sugar. You don't have this up and down, up and down, up and down. So he gets a snack at night after we eat, and he likes to watch Dancing with the Stars or Gator People or his shows. I don't really watch TV much, but he does, and that's his thing. That's why he relaxes. So good for him. It could be a lot worse. Anyway, so he goes off and he gets the snacks. Not that I'm thrilled about these things, but he loves them. His mother was a really good cook growing up. I mean, way better than my mother. And no offense, Mom. Anybody that knows my mom, we still to this day tease her about how her cooking was just wretched. But anyways, his mother was a really good cook, but he grew up on a lot of crap. We grew up extremely poor, and if we got anything like this was in the house, it was like, Grandma, where are you? Because the only time anything like this came in our house was when my grandmother came over for a visit or a holiday. Yeah. So anyways, he just craves the stuff. He loves it. And you got to pick your battles. Pick your battles. Anyway, so what I do is I read the back, and for those that are diabetic, let me just do a little something help here. And this was something that wasn't even described to us or explained to us in detail, just something so simple, until he was diabetic for like 6 years. How crazy is that? It's just crazy. But anyways, you look at the total carbs. That's your total carbs. You don't have to quit in the sugar because that's already into your carb factor. But the thing that you have to watch too is the fiber content. So and you have to make sure it's grams, not micrograms and grams or micrograms and grams. Anyways, so you take your total carbs, which is 19, then you subtract the fiber from it. So that would make it 18. right? Don't even worry about the sugar thing, because that's already equated into your carb count. That is what you base your insulin on, whatever your ratio is. John is 10 to 1 right now. And he's been studied like that for years because he has the pump, and oh, thank God for the pump. They're expensive, but they are a game changer. And like he said, he feels as though diabetes, it was his birthday gift when he was 30, gave him back his life. He said it made him center himself. It made him reevaluate what he was spending his life on and how he was spending his life. And even though it's a terrible disease and we want to see a cure for it, it definitely... I can't film and do water at the same time. Thank goodness that's water. Anyways, so that's how I make his snacks out. And as we all know, we're all human. We're going to pop this open and we're going to pour a big handful of it and go, there you go. Well, no. And it's so funny because my husband's always been long and trim, and he wasn't the quintessential diabetic that people, tag as, the pot roast eating, sit around, do nothing, obese, unhealthy, cigar smoking, man in his late 60s. No, he was 30. He was trim, six-pack, working. I mean, just a pillar of health. You would never, even to this day, when people see him and they're around him and we, are doing activities and stuff like that, they forget he's diabetic until he stops and checks his pump, and then people go, oh, and then they whisper to me, I forgot all about that. He just never seems like the typical diabetic. But it's a pretty... His is more of a genetic predisposition because it runs on his mother's side so high. And I keep an eye on my boys because my boys have a 30% chance higher than the average American. So, and as Americans, we're pretty high as it is. But anyway, so what I do is I take a serving, which is really crazy. It's only 51 pieces, which is 1.1 ounces, which is like 1/4 cup. And look at that, 140 calories. Yikes! What I don't like is the monosaturated fat. 2.5 grams. Grams, people, not micrograms, grams. Whatever, pick my battles. So I take 2. So I go ahead and take that 19, take the fiber off, which makes it 18. As you see, I did 18, 36. And I scoop them out and I put them in these little bags. And then I write on the bags. And he knows that I do the fiber for him. And if you really think about it, I don't buy the real expensive ones because we go through them so much. That's not a whole lot. I mean, really, if you think about it, that's a whole other dang meal. And I'm always getting after him. Jonathan, I just made you a beautiful meal, and now you're eating another meal? It's so cute because he always likes something crunchy, salty, and then he likes something sweet. So he likes to get this. This is one of his favorite things. This and shelled peanuts because, like he says, it slows him down because he has to do the shells. I got this little container for him, and I marked it because it was so cute. I mean, we all do it. We all think we're fooling ourselves. He would scoop this in there and just heap it and hold his hand over it to go to the chair to sit down to watch this movie or something. And I'm laughing going, you'd realize that's about 4 servings. Yeah. I'm like, and then he gripes about, man, I don't have a 6-pack anymore. It's like a junior kegger. And I'm like, well, calories in, calories burnt. You know how it goes. And it's just so funny because I have really nice dessert thingies that I use, these little, but we have cement floors. We have radiant floors that are cement, and anything breakable, it hits this floor, it's a goner. It's very, very unforgiving. So he likes his little plastic thing. So what I did is I scooped it out and I measured it, and so then I put it 2 servings, and that's average 2 servings, is a half a cup. So whatever he buys, all he's got to do is look, or he'll know, or I do it for him, whatever. But it's just so funny because he was like, what's this? What's this? It's just so funny. You think you're done rearing children when your children move out? Oh, no. If you have a husband, you have a perpetual child. Perpetual. But God love him. I wouldn't change a man. And Lord knows I've been married, 30 years, so his warranty's up, so I'm stuck. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Anyway, so I make these little snacks up, and I make, his granola thing up, and I write down the amount, and I put them in here. This is our snack drawer. I love these things. If you guys have ever come across these, I found these at TJ Maxx, and they're tiny, but man, I tell you, if I'm going to put something in my mouth, it better have an explosion of flavor, or why even bother? These are awesome. They're these organic candy drops, and they're awesome because they have no high fructose corn syrup, gluten-free, peanut-free, soy-free, dairy-free, fat-free, no artificial dyes, nut-free, real fruit extract, 100% natural flavors, 100% vegan, 100% organic. They're just awesome. They are really good. And then, oh, I have a sucker in there too. And then these are vitamin C suckers made with real fruit juice. These, as you can tell, I've had these since summertime. You can tell he hardly touches those. And these are my protein drinks. Like if I get super hungry at night and I'm just like, oh, I want something to eat, I always make myself a protein drink because I rather spend the carbs on a protein drink and have high protein than just spend the carbs on empty carbs. So anyways, and calories. So anyways, this is our little snack drawer, and this is what I do. And I normally do it on Sunday night. Last night I was just tired. I dropped the phone on my face about 3 times and finally went, turn my phone off and go to bed. So yeah. Anyways, and this is another little thing. After I get done teasing and jabbing about my husband, which I know we all can relate, and I know you're all snickering, I had expressed to him, I put this on Facebook, how my neck was just killing me because I was humping over, and when I have my morning devotion or if I'm reading a book at my desk, which I normally like to read, because if I slouch, my back starts hurting, so I make myself sit up. Anyways, I had said, I need a pulpit, and he laughed at me and he goes, no you don't. I'm like, you know what I mean. So anyways, he had some old wood. We had some old wood from those bookcases left out in the garage, and we're ones that we repurpose, reuse, or whatever. It's a little rough. I'm going to sand it and probably paint it or stain it, whatever. And he made me this. Aww. And it's perfect. He got the angle perfect first try. I love it. I love it. Can you see it? And you know what else my little honey did for me? While I'm bragging. Might as well brag on that man. These are the dog bowls. And this is, believe it or not, it goes through the wall and it goes to, yeah, isn't that scary looking? That's been like that for years. And I keep saying I want me to put trim around. Oh, hello, me in the morning. Isn't that lovely? Off track squirrel. That is a water purifier, part of the water purifier system for the ice cubes. Anyways, well, the dogs were taking these dishes and they were literally sliding them across the floor, and it would drive me nuts. And we had actually had one of these break. Well, then John goes, well, I'll fix it. So he goes and gets that old piece of wood and he sticks it, runs it to the wall. I'm like, really, honey? Thank you. You know how we got to do that as wives. Oh, honey, good boy. Such a good boy. Anyways, so I had told him how I wanted one of these doggy dishes, and we were out and about looking around, and they want the one big enough, you know, because we have a Doberman and 2 small dogs. The bigger one, it was like $30, and John's just kind of like looking at me like, really? And I'm like, oh. So he made me one, and not only did he make one, but before he put he did the miter corners and everything. It needs to be sanded and painted yet, but before he put the face on, he screwed it to the woodwork. He made it notched and screwed it to the woodwork. So now I have a little platform, and the dog's dishes, you know, they can pop right out of here. Pop back in. See, little things like that make me happy. You know, another thing that makes me happy is watching them sleep or hearing them snore. Hi, old man. Hi, old man. This cold weather is not agreeing with him. He's my 17-year-old. He'll be 18, I think May or March, I don't remember. He's not grooving on that. That's another thing that makes me happy. And you know another thing that makes me happy? Is saying you're never too old to start having a great childhood. So for now, I'll talk to you later. Bye.